Alright, good morning. What we're doing today is very simple. We're just gonna swap the batteries between the EK and the DC2, and just to see why that battery light is on, because I think this will be the easiest fix, I think. So just swap the batteries out just to confirm it's not the battery, and if it's not the battery, then it's something else, because Voda said alternator is charging perfectly fine. So I don't know, I don't want to think about it. Hopefully it's just the battery, and then we can go for a test drive, because hopefully the weather holds up. Let me start, actually, yeah, let me do that. I'll put, hopefully that's secure enough. Let me just clear out this stuff, and then we can go for our drive. It's gonna be a little bit harder for anyone to hear the vibrations, but we're looking for anything that is significant. And because I won't be driving on the highway, it'll also be a extra factor. Bug spray, just because I was having all those ants in the car. So what was I saying? So we're not going for anything. I don't. Out of block. Anyway. Alright, cool. Let's see if we can start the car. The battery light come on. So that didn't work. So the other thing I was thinking about was maybe because we installed that additional cable that goes on the starter side, that's the one that could be causing the issue. Because, sorry, I'm navigating my bottom field. Because maybe it's drawing current away from the alternator. I don't know, I'm just drawing out strings right now, trying to figure this out, because I do really want to get this sorted, and it has to get sorted for us to get on the road. So it's still on. So what I was thinking was, it was due to this, and prior to this I had a fan switch in that same position going to that, but maybe there's something to do with the ECU. It's drawing current away from the ECU or something. Like I said, I have no idea, but I'm just gonna switch it around, see if I can do anything about it. For some reason I smell fuel. I'm not too sure why. So we're just taking this out. We're just moving this wire here over to that side. Maybe it could be the slightest of things. I really don't know. I really don't know, but just trial and error before it goes to Photoshop. There is a slight logic to it, but I don't think any of that would be relevant in this situation. But I'm drawing out straws right now. Good ideas work. What I do? Power's not shutting off. Maybe it's because, did it do something? But it's not connected. Ah, it's not even in properly. What the? That's really aggressive then. Ah, I have to force it. Having in my weak beaks today. My bad. Alright, moment of truth again. Negatory. Alright, this is a voter problem. Sounds pretty mental. It's not my first time having this problem, and I'm listening to something in the engine bay, and I'm wondering where the hell's that noise coming from? Where I see it. So, we'll plug that up. Nice and quiet. There we go. That's one noise. One. What's vibrating? Rattling against something. That's injectors. Injectors are fine. Radiator needs to be tightened, and I have to make mounts for this, so that's probably something I'll work on. This is loose, but we'll still work on that, so we'll fiddle with that later. It's very possible that because of these mounts, it's causing things to get loose, which is very common for really aggressive mounts. That's why people mark their bolts. So that's probably something I have to look into. But at the moment, we're trying to hunt down more noises. Oh, what's that noise? Can you hear it? Something's loose. Let me find it. 16 high. Let's say 16.3, 6.4. Maybe it's a cold start. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. I don't know how to read these numbers. But first of all, I need to open up a GPS thing so I can see how fast we're going. Like I said, we're just doing like 60, so as long as it's roughly 1 or 2 off, it should be okay. But if it's still like where I'm driving and it's doing like 15 off, then we know there's a big issue. So, alright, we have that. Alright, you guys want to be on the face or on the road? Let's go on the cluster. Nope, you can't sit on the cluster. I'll find you guys a cool spot. Sorry, sound quality be kind of bad. Great, he died. Foot in the clutch and it died. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe something's not charging. Maybe the alternator is failing. Oh, that's the second time. Yeah. normal car. See, just chews up the tires. Absolutely chews up the tires. Struggling to start just then, and I am thinking maybe more or less it's the alternator now. So let me get up my driveway. See, it just stalls. Yeah, I've got spare alternators that I'm gonna try. And maybe the problem was it was holding charge, but not anymore. So it doesn't hurt to just. So it wouldn't hurt just to change it. I'm pretty good at removing this bolt now. I don't know about getting to the alternator if it's 1 or 2 bolts. Hopefully it's just 2, because I seem to always forget about the 3rd one and screw something out majorly. So well, because I've learned from experience, I'm looking at this alternator, how it's only got 2 bolts, right? 2 bolts. However, I'm looking at this alternator and it's got 2 bolts as well. But also, what I'm noticing is the bolts on the side. So clearly, I'm not too sure who marked that, and it's most likely me, because of that O has that overlap at the top. So I need to find another alternator. I'm relatively quite fortunate that I'm super fortunate that I am a hoarder. So this guy didn't work, that guy doesn't look like it works. So back into the basket of treasures. Hopefully I would have stripped something off a K-Series, and it looks like we have one. But this one's 3 bolts. So I need to go back and see how many bolts is actually on the alternator, because I could only see 1 at the top. And I've got a starter. In there, and I've got another alternator. So it seems like maybe, just maybe, there's 3 bolts, and I'm not seeing 1 of them. So let's have a look. I just drove the car, so everything's really warm back here. Yeah, it's 3 bolts. So I'll take that off and we'll see what we can do. I have this bolt that's just vacuumed off for some odd reason. Not too sure why I did some of these things, but yeah, I'm pretty crazy. I wonder if I got a delivery. Wonder what I bought. I have no idea. Can't recall at all. So, alright, let's get you guys into position. I do like this position lately. That's on the Rad Sport, so now you guys can see me. But because I don't have my microphone, you probably can't hear me as good. So let me just do this and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. the way that I wanted to, because I didn't want to move the radiator purely because I was worried that it's going to trigger a leak again based off my design, but I don't think there's any other way for the alternator to come out or for me to get to the plugs properly. So let's just see if we get no leaks. And we're not moving it much, we're just shifting over to the side, but even then, like last time I just bumped it and it started leaking. And also, I just drove the car, so yeah. Let's just see. Hopefully that's enough space that we've created. Hopefully this area is enough space. This wiggles around. It's got a cable tied to it because I don't want it to hit the belt. And knowing me, my luck, stuff like that will always happen. So let's try to get to that. Leave me to it because I'm just going to be cussing and getting annoyed. So I'm having a bit of trouble because one, there's not enough space, not leverage, and two, I don't think I have enough of the right tools to be doing this because it's just such an awkward position. I can't seem to get it off. Never mind, I think nah, it's gonna slip. If I don't get it, then this becomes someone else's problem. I can't even put enough weight on it as well. It's just awkward all around, super awkward. Because I can't get onto it properly, it's just prone to slipping. But I'm trying to make sure it doesn't slip. But it's really hard with these type of sockets. These sockets are shit. Maybe I could just get a spanner in there, maybe. Don't think so. Maybe I'll try that. So I managed to crack it open, but it still haven't come out yet. So I'm still trying to get it out. Just awkward position. We got it. We finally have it. My hands. That hurt because I couldn't flex in there either because the poles, there's not enough space. But we finally have it. So let you guys check out that. Where is it? That finger action. There we go. Oh yeah. That's how you end up with 3 kids. Alright, not sure if you guys can see that, but that tip looks burnt to me. So I'm gonna pull that out. And I don't know what that means, but surely it's not good. But it doesn't make sense because we actually disconnected the battery. We actually disconnected the battery before doing Which reminds me, I'll probably have to disconnect the battery. I don't think it was me because it would have sparked. It would have created some sparks, but let's just disconnect the battery before I really screw myself up. Alright guys, this is a friendly PSA. Remember to always disconnect your battery before starting works on anything like your alternator or starter motor, or just in general for safety purposes. Be safe out there. Can't get it to focus, but look how chewed that is. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's probably our culprit. It's so bad that I can't actually get it off with a smeller, so you guys can see how much noise this makes. Did it crack my paint? I scratched it. So well, this is the car. This is the car to me. Whoops. That's how much effort it took to get off. So I don't know what that means in terms of I don't know what that means in terms of what that would do to the car, but probably we have to redo that wire because it looks a little bit hay going as well. Look at that. Most of it's fallen out. Ooh, looks crusty as, like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can. It sounds like twigs. So I'm gonna cut that end off and then just redo it. And also, I don't know how you guys do it. I've cut a slit into this. I don't know if it'll make it stronger or weaker, but it's the only way I can get enough force onto it. Maybe I have weak hands, or maybe I don't have the right tools. Is it blurry? I'm not too sure. Well, changing the alternator is quite an easy job. It only took me like 5 minutes or so. So now that's all done, all in, tight, belts on. We're gonna try hook it up and then start it hopefully. I forgot to plug the plugs in, so let me go under and plug it in and get that sorted. No creeper today. Alright, so alternator plug, we don't want to cross it with anything. Plug at the bottom side from memory, somewhere like that. So it's a little bit hard. I think it goes with that. Oh man, it goes the other way. This one goes the other way. Alright, that's in, and now I just have to tighten this bolt that goes to the starter motor. Then we'll just hand tighten it. There we go. Plugs out of the way. We should be good. I didn't actually take that off, but lucky it's not touching. I am a bloody cowboy, and that is not necessarily a good thing. Alright, that's on, that's on. Let's see. Let's see, if not, like I said, we had a problem. And I've been trying to avoid it because money. Ah, damn it! figure out when that cable went crispy. So it's idling and it just nearly stalled out on itself. So I am suspecting definitely an electrical issue. It just happens every now and then, so I'm not too sure. I'm trying to Google it right now. It's trying to figure out what's going on. But it's saying stuff like it could be a battery corrosion. Connected to the battery, connected to the alternator at battery for corrosion or looseness. It's the corrosion thing. Maybe I should try to change that since I'm here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So initially when I told Voda about the actual issue, just before my tune, it's like he was under the, he already thought about it and said it's most likely that it's a wiring issue from the ECU. So I believe him, but I just want to make sure everything else is checked off, because diagnosing is the bit that costs always the most money. It's not the fixing part, but the diagnosing part. So like I said, I'm going through it, changing the alternator. I changed the battery, and now I'm changing the wiring that goes to it. So there should be nothing else to check around in the engine bay other than my workmanship. So I cut the slit in there, and then I'll put it in just so I can get more clamping force on it. So what I do is I normally bend down one side first, and you and other electricians or auto elects and stuff like that will say obviously I'm doing it wrong, but this is just how I do it. So I'm just going to overlap them. So once I bend one crease in, I'm going to overlap it just so I can get a tight, firm clamp on it, and then I press it down. Once I press that down, I'll go through, and then I'll use these special little bits that they have on these things that clamp it even more or something. I don't know what I'm doing, so follow it at your own risk. And then relatively should be quite tight, because I struggle to get it tight, and I don't know how long I should do it. Long is better, right? I can measure it. Yeah, I think more slack's better than no slack, so I'm gonna go. I eyeballed it, so whether or not that works, I'm not too sure. Alright, and we've got the cable. I've got like a death wish or something. I nearly forgot about the battery again, so disconnect the battery again, just to make sure you're safe, or your car's safe, or we don't do anything stupid. So that was close. Next up is making radiator mounts. As you can tell, my radiator is just like hanging on from those brackets. So yeah. Alright, let's see if this works. Let me drop that bolt. So we've removed the crusty old wire, and hopefully that's our culprit. This is the wire, so we'll cut it apart. Wasted a fitting on this, damn it. Oh, I don't know, how do you tell it's bad wire? But either way, contingency, fix that, so it won't be a problem. Alright, let's see. Yep, so no fix today, and I'm gonna spend some time with my kid now. But yeah, none of that helped. But now we know we've got clean. We've replaced the cable, replaced the alternator, replaced the battery. So guess he was right again.